Hey guys, back with an Echoing Thoughts podcast here, episode number 43. And in this podcast, we are going to talk about the patch notes, October patch notes, some Halloween themed stuff for decorations for the home, Rebalance, and that's about it. Talk about Maple Fest and some things that is expecting in the future. They talked about Adele. They didn't talk about Cygnus remasters. We'll kind of get into that. But first, I want to say thank you to all the people that just commented and reached out, wishing me to get better. It's been a rough week and a half now. Just nothing's worse than, being sick is one thing, but seeing your kids sick and not getting better is a whole other thing. And I wish that upon nobody. And it just sucks. No one can get sleep. No one feels good. Everyone's grumpy and grouchy and can't get any work done. Can't think straight, function. And when everyone around you kind of just stuck at home, just kind of not getting any fresh air, some sunlight, it's tough. And my kid hasn't been able to go to preschool. Haven't been able to go into work. I have to work from home. Barely can get any work done. It's not fun. Definitely not even feeling 100%. Still wake up a little bit with a sore throat. Coughing's a little better, but it's just been a long drawn out. Once you have kids, you realize it's the sicknesses last a little longer, and it just doesn't. It's not a good feeling for the household. But thank you everybody for all the well wishes and things like that. But we'll get better, and we'll keep hanging in there, and we'll keep moving forward. Before I get into the patch notes, I just wanted to talk about some questions I've been getting. A lot of questions. Keep them coming. YouTube, Discord. People have been reaching out for my Discord. It's at Echo MSM is my handle on Discord. But feel free to reach out on YouTube as well. Getting a lot of questions, so keep them coming for sure. The first one, I've been getting a few kind of similar questions about re-rolling, about playing certain classes. I got a question from Kevin Do 45. He said, should I reroll Dual Blade to Phantom? I got a question from I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll put his handle here on the screen, but he asked, he has a Night Lord, level 206. Is it a good choice for the long run? He wants to stick with one character all the time, and he doesn't want to lose time choosing the wrong class. And that's a very common question, right? You don't want to waste time on a class that's not going to be as fulfilling, I guess, or as doing as much damage or whatever it is, whether it's resources and time. And that's very common. So when it comes to re-rolling or choosing a class, I think it's wrong of me to say, you should choose one class over the other. I think it's just not my place. At the end of the day, it's your time, it's your money. But usually what I do say or ask the question back is, do you enjoy playing the class? Do you have fun? Do you like logging on? Do you like doing dailies? Do you like bossing? Do you like the rotation, the play style? All those things, the toolkit that class provides, right? Because that is the most important thing. I think a lot of times when people decide to re-roll or quit or retire, whatever it is, it's because the grind is more of a chore than it is, fun, right? And if you're playing, dailies are hard enough, grinding, alts, things like that. And if you're not even having fun playing your main, then it's not going to last very long. And so, yes, damage is a huge part, right? For a Night Lord, playing a Dual Blade, things like that. But I think a lot of the classes, I'll say all the classes really can perform well with proper funding, right? That is the next question. How much are you going to invest in it? How much are you planning on gearing it up? Because classes, it's hard for you to, even if you're playing a top tier class, say like a Paladin or a Luminous is very strong right now. Even if you're playing one of these top tier classes, if you can still get out DPS by people that have better gear, right? Have higher cap. The cap gear I talked about previously is so large right now that it doesn't matter what class you play. You can do insane damage with more gear. Simple as that, right? So you can't just look at damage purely as a deciding factor on what you should reroll, because again, another point made is this patch is a great example. 10 classes get rebalanced, right? So like these people that are complaining on playing a Kaiser and rerolling to hero, well, Kaiser just got buffed. Demon Slayers just got buffed. So people are rolling from Demon Slayer to Paladin. The point is, like, classes are going to get rebalanced. The meta is constantly going to change. And if you're continuing to reroll based on what the current meta is, based on what the current numbers, the lines that you're hitting as your class is hitting, you're forever kind of going to be either one step behind, or you're just never going to be satisfied, because any month you can get rerolled, or your class that you rerolled from can get buffed. And you're just going to be like, I should have stayed with that class. I enjoyed it more, but the damage just wasn't there. And then that class gets buffed, and then all of a sudden you're like, regret all the time. And so the main thing that you have to ask yourself is, do you enjoy playing that class? Do you enjoy logging on? Do you enjoy that playstyle? And are you maximizing that class, not even depending on your gear? Are you mastering? Do you know the ins and outs of that class? Do you feel like you are putting out as much damage as possible, or do you think you can get better at playing that class, right? And I think that's a lot of people just look at the class from DPS numbers or how you stack up, but sometimes it's just playing the player, right? For example, if I were to play your class, like if someone were to play my Paladin who is not a Paladin main, I wouldn't expect them to do the same damage as I would, right? Just simple as that, because they've never played it. They don't know the ins and outs. They may know the rotation, but they don't know, survivability, how to use your iframes, how to know mobility, things like that. Just kind of the nuances of mastering your class and maining a class. I think that goes into play. If you don't feel like you're a master of your class, you can't really say, there's just room to grow in that aspect, right? It's not just the class. It's not just gear. It got to look at yourself too as well. So these are just things that I think about, and I try to ask players that want to reroll. There's a lot of factors, right? Damage is so far is not one of the priorities, in my opinion, for playing a class, because it always changes, and there's a lot of ways to improve your damage, and gear is one of them, but also playing your class better is another. So thank you for all those people that ask questions. I hope that helps. Keep the questions coming, for real. But yeah, it's tough for me to just kind of give a yes or no, one's better or not, things like that, because everyone's situation is different. All right, the next question from Bao Bros. He said, what's good gear for close 200s? I have 3 emblems, and there are crit damage, and I'm forgetting Mesos to get those emblem gear. I've actually gotten a few questions about, so there's kind of a 2-part question, right? First one is, what's good gear for close to 200s? And then the second part is, how do you get the Mesos, right? And I got another question about that. How do you make Mesos? And I think that, for gear close to 200s, I think emblems are nice, right? But I would say boss attack emblems, if they're a little cheaper within your budget, I would go for them. I really don't think, like, if you have 5 BA versus 5 crit damage, I really don't think there's that big of a difference, especially at the kind of middle tier. You're on a budget, you're gearing on a budget, just because emblems aren't as important as they used to be. Nodes are more important. But so if you're level 200, right, it's nice to have that base of boss attack and crit damage just for percent stats, but there's so much other ways you can get gear that is more beneficial, right? So nodes, getting more cap, and like you don't have to get level 5 emblems. Level 3, level 4 for all of them is sufficient. It's plenty enough. You want to get your nodes first, get those to level 6 to your main skills, and then kind of figure it out from there. Leveling is important. To getting your symbols, your base attack, and I just think that too many times people are looking at emblem ratios, like getting the perfect emblem ratio, and it's just not as important as it used to be. So I would highly recommend just trying to get gear, sufficient of gear. Emblems are nice for the extra physical defense, for surviving in Star Force maps and arcane maps, things like that. But mainly you want to get a good weapon with the boss attack or crit damage. Get those nodes up as well, and just start slowly grinding. And then, if you can start exalting and getting more cap, getting your mythic gear to ancient, whether it's necro or inherent, that's always a great route to take. And then slowly just use event scrolls, or just like if you want to emblem use emblem traces, I highly recommend you looking at finding cheap unique ones and then ranking them up using event stones or just free unique stones with using gold leafs or other things to get them to legendary. And if you want to take it even further to mythic, look at using those resources. Dimension Invasion can give free unique rank up stones as well for armor and weapon. So if you're balling on a budget, you're trying to figure out ways to be more efficient, I would highly recommend to take the boss attack route. You have 3 crit damage, that's plenty enough in my opinion. And then getting those to level 4, level 3, level 4, and try to find ways to buy cheap emblem armors that are unique, rank them up yourself, and maximizing red mesos, and then slowly rank them up all to level 3, level 4. Level 5 is not that huge of a priority in my opinion. So that is sort of that more cost-effective way. I just think emblem ratios there's just a lot more ways to get boss attack and crit damage nowadays. You can look at link skills, you can look at legion, you can look at, a lot of different ways. So potentials even are a free way to get more boss attack and percent stats. So yeah, emblem ratios are a bit outdated. It's more for like if you want max crit damage emblem. I don't think there's that much of a difference anymore like there used to be. So great question, but don't be scouring trade server and spending up on crit damage emblems when boss attack is definitely sufficient, and you're barely going to see any difference, if at all, to be honest. You might find some good deals as well. So great question. And then the second part to that is about mesos. Mesos are tough. I would, again, try to use alts, resources. If you don't have a perma, try to get auto battle, just get mesos through auto battling on alts and things like that. SF144, SF130, whatever it is on alts, just try to get free passive mesos that way. Using powders is a great way to sort of resource to use to sort of buy, sell leveled up uniques or leveled up legendary pieces, sell on trade server using red mesos to make a profit that way. You can also use, Star Force, your own items. Star Force is always a huge one, getting it to like level Star Force 17 or whatever, 17, 18. There's a lot of people that are working on the Legion and alt story to buy pieces like that. So that's usually what I recommend, trying to maximize red mesos, maximizing auto battle to get free mesos, doing dailies, trying to use your powders, your Star Force, rank up stones just to try to make a profit. It's a grind. It really is. If you're selling nodes, that's a great option, using drop rate if you're level 200 plus. But mesos are hard to come by, to be honest. And I know a lot of players that just have to use alts to get resources, get those powders, dimensions evasions for those armor rank up stones. It's CDD alts, Chaos Daily Dungeon alts, Elite Dungeon alts. There's a lot you can do with dailies, but it's a slow grind. But I think that is sort of those are my main sources of income, I guess, resources to make mesos if I want to, right? Trying not to use irregular mesos, trying to use red mesos as much as possible. So that is my tip, kind of my short answer to using mesos, to making mesos, but you kind of have to, and like there's better times than others to sell things. So like if you're trying to sell like mythic fodders for Mastercraft, mythic items, they can get, you can make a bigger profit during like patch days, because a lot of people are trying to necro and things like that on patch days. When new characters come out, make Star Force 17, 18 unique items, make things like that. And kind of try to understand the market a little bit better, understand when's the optimal time to make money. Rudibus is a great one for alts as well, just the free coins weekly. But yeah, there's dailies. Dailies is a way. I hope that helps. It's a grind for sure. I get it. It's not easy, especially for players that aren't auto battling 24/7 and don't have nodes to sell and things like that. But let me know if you have any more questions. I'd love to help you guys. Keep them coming, and I hope these help answer you guys' questions. Take a quick break, and then we'll get back into the patch notes. Let's check it out. All right, we're back. And before I get into this patch, before I forget, I want to shout out the first Abso Lab weapon, Dual Blade. I don't know if you guys saw that. Put the link in the description below, but the world first clear, the top DB in that guild, he hit first shot. I think it was the first shot. He hit his shoes last week or 2 weeks ago, and now he got his weapon. He got it all the way up to level 60. He got it all the way up to Star Force 35. It's insane. It's a beauty. You got to check it out. Shout out him. Congrats to him. Insane luck. I can't wait to see his DPS. I can't wait to see what kind of damage he's doing, because dual blades, if they, with all the cap that they have, they don't cap all their lines, so they definitely needed the weapon. Paladins are sort of in the same boat, definitely thinking about going weapon as well, but it's insane. First pass for two Absos, 10%. Congrats to him. That's pretty awesome. So show them some love. The link description below. But here's October patch, and I haven't honestly looked at this at all. I just saw the teasers, but a lot of people are excited about Goo Island. Not really, to be honest, not really too sure about it, but let's take a look. First thing is the home decorations. I was telling my guildies a few weeks ago that maybe it's time to start saving some coins, because decorations is coming. Holiday seasons with, I was thinking of Christmas, but obviously Halloween is a great one too. And so saved all my coins. I got about 10K now. So I'm excited to kind of bang through this and get everything furnished. I hope you guys saved your coins as well. But excited to see what this looks like. All the cool stuff. I'm always, it's kind of a new fun, just part of the game aspect here. Exterior. And here's something that I think I was reading. If you speak with a visitor who visits your home, you can get the exterior design for free. So make sure you get a visitor, come in, visit your home, talk to them, whatever it is, and you'll get this free exterior design. That's pretty sweet. Windows. Windows, how to obtain. Okay, so you can pay for it. That's pretty sweet. And you get a little fondue fountain. That's pretty cool. Receive new achievements. Okay. Placing first dimensional exterior. Unlock when you expand your home. Okay. So these are all just decor things. If you're into that, I'm sure you'll look at it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. But then this is kind of the real meat of the patch. This is going to be a short patch notes, I feel like. But 10 classes only got rebalanced. And before I get into this, I was just thinking, like, what made them think about 10 classes? Some of them are pretty strong already, like Arc. What am I blanking on the other one? Evans, they're pretty good. I figured like battle mages, I don't think were on the list. Like maybe some archer classes. So it's kind of interesting to see how these classes got rebalanced. And taking a look at the first time, I know Kanna's for sure needed a rebalance. Skill percentages across the board got increased. No lines. Oh, Nine-Tail Furry. That's a mobbing skill, I'm pretty sure. So skill damage increase is nice across the board. And I think this was a trend. I don't know too many lines that got increased for Kanna. But yeah, Kanna's definitely more percent lines, more stats. I think they're going to be, we'll see how it turns out. But these are big jumps. Like Yeah, 900%, 90%, 330%. Yeah, so doppelganger 50%. So these are all their, what I call passive lines that you kind of just set it and forget it. So that's all nice damage for Kannas. I know Kanna mains are getting excited for that. We have a few in our guild. Pathfinders, long overdue. Excited for them. Congrats to them. They got huge. I feel like these are huge line increases. Raven Tempest, a Fear of the Wind. Improvement made so Shadow Raven immediately cancels its skill being cast, moves to the caster, and Raven Tempest will be cast. Oh, okay. So that's just like a quality of life thing where, I don't know, if you press the button, this skill, it's going to immediately do it. Because I guess in the past, maybe it didn't. But these are all the big ones, right? These are all their main skills. Free lines. Huge. Cardinal Burst by 2 lines. That's a lot. Amplification decreased by 1. Okay. Bountiful Deluge. So these are all just their main skills getting free lines. That's nice. I don't know what that's like in the grand scheme of thing. Probably like, if I were to go off the top of my head, probably, I don't know, 500 lines per minute. Probably maybe more. 1,000? No, that feels like a lot. Yeah, maybe like 500. I don't know. We'll see what the numbers come out to be, but free lines, that's nice. Ancient Astral, I don't think they use it in their rotation anymore. It wasn't that good, but now it's back. HP scaling removed. Invincibility at normal cap removed. So it used to be like an iframe-ish. That's what was the main use for it. And now it's just an attack. Increase. So yeah, all these skills are going to be insane. So all the invincibility parts is going to be removed, but the damage is going to be insane. So that's exciting for them because I think this attack, if I remember correctly, you can attack on the move. So nice. I mean, they finally can use one of their skills, and it's going to hit hard AF. Xenons. Saw Xenon clear Damien. Did pretty good damage too. So looks like they're getting more hit counts, more damage, snipe. Range is nice. So that's like support. So target range haven't been adjusted. So that's nice. 7%. I wonder where they get these numbers from. 7%. I don't know how big of a deal that is, but no longer applies to triangulation. Don't know what that is. Project. Oh, so I see. It's like basically this is probably nice for like alts. Maybe because this manifest projector is a clone, a pet skill. If I understand that correctly. Maybe Xenon mains can correct me if I'm wrong, but looks like they just added all the hit counts. Instead of 7, they just doubled it right here and changed from 3 to 2. So slight nerf. Can't be. Yeah, so it looks like they just got lines other places. So Xenons, I'm sure it's a buff for sure. So that's exciting for them. Evans, more damage, more hit counts. Mana burst, 2 extra lines. Wow, that's a lot. 20% almost. 20% more lines from Mana burst. That's a lot. Additional Dragon Spark activation chance increase from 30 to 50%. Feels like a lot. Feels like a big, like free activation. I don't know anything about the Evans, but if an activation count hit increased by 2, activation increased by 20%, that feels like a lot. So, congrats to Evans. I'm sure they're happy about it. I don't know. But that feels pretty good. Pretty good. Demon Slayers. All right, Demon Slayers. Another buff. Another patch, another buff for them. Looks like Demon Awaken got totally revamped. Interesting. So cooldown. It used to be a 3-minute cooldown, so now it's at 90 seconds. It's nice. Duration, okay, cut in half. Hit count increase, 3 hit count increase. That's big. Nice. While Demon Impact won't be available while the Demon Awakening buff is active. Okay. The skill is now replaced by Demon Lash boost itself. Okay, so basically what it seems like is happening is they're allowing for it to be more of a, I don't know, you get it more on demand, which I think is nice. I think the one issue I'm interested in seeing is that this buff duration is less than a minute. So like things like Guild Immortal Dungeon, Guild Honor Battle, any 60-second window is now 45 seconds. I think in like longer fights like Damien, it's going to be nice. I think in, you know, overall bossing, it's nice because, for example, like if you're doing Lotus or you're doing Damien, where you're going from phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 2 to phase 3, and your Demon Awakening is up and you can't use it during that time, it's wasted, right? Wasted 5-10 seconds here and there. Whereas now, you'll just have it quicker, right? You won't get the burst window, but it allows you to burst harder in less time, in arguably the same amount of time, and you can just use it more on demand. So I'm thinking that probably most Demon Slayers will put it on their pet and just set it and forget it. But it's a nice, like if you want to manual it, kind of time it with splits or time it with, so it doesn't proc during Lotus, phases, I guess. So you want to save it for like phase 3 of Lotus versus phase 2. You can do that. Maybe pair better with like Benediction, or pair better with a stun skill or split. Just gives you more flexibility, which I think is nice. Like if Echo had this, it wouldn't be that bad. Because a lot of the times, like Echo, sometimes just the boss mechanics forces you to not be able to attack your Echo, and that's your big burst. Like we have big spikes, and when Echo's down or you're not attacking your Echo, you just do nothing, no damage. So obviously there's a trade-off where like in guild content, you're not going to get that full 60-second burst, but I think it's nice. I think Demon Slayers will like that. It just takes a little bit getting used to. That last statement about Demon Impact won't be available while Demon Lash Awakening is buffed. So basically what I think is going to happen is while Demon Awakening is there, Demon Lash is the skill. Demon Lash is just going to replace Demon Impact. So you can pretty much just spam the same button, I assume, no matter what. That's what I'm thinking. Orthus, the V3 skill damage increase. Nice. Like this skill percentage, even though it seems high, remember guys, these don't have nodes attached to them. So they don't necessarily always cap, especially if they get clone lines. I'm not sure if their blue blood lines, their clone lines work with this skill, but it's just better. Like it's just better across the board for all players, majority of the players. Maybe the 1% of the 1% maybe not get affected by that, but I think everyone just more damage is nice. Boundless Rage, huge. This is actually huge. So decrease cooldown from 120 to 90 seconds. So essentially, you could get Boundless Rage up for 2/3 of fight. I think faster. I think it gets reduced by like Phantom, maybe not, by like Phantom cards and like cooldown reducing stuff. So I think you could probably get it up quite a bit more frequently than this. So Boundless Rage is a final damage buff. It's cost no fury. It's a nice buff. It's nice, more damage. So I think that's obviously a buff. Internal concussion, more mobbing. Demon Cry, more mobbing. Nice. Dark meta, nice. 135 to 200 is huge. So again, that is going to be more damage. Demon Slayer is going to be nice. Straight up, that's good buffs all around. Just might take getting used to with that cooldown decrease. So Shadowers. See, but that's the thing. Like Shadowers, why are Shadowers getting buffed? They're probably just gonna get bugged by this. Like Trick Blade, Shadow Assault always gets bugged, and so I'm just curious to see what. Like Shadows are strong already as it is. Just feel like maybe other classes could have got it, but we'll take it. Shadows are nice. Love that class. Cooldown increase from 45 to 90 seconds. Cooldown decrease per remaining repeat count increase from 2.5. So it seems like higher cooldown, but if you attack more frequently per remaining repeat count, it's going to reduce the cooldown faster, so might be about the same. Max cooldown decrease from 35 seconds to 70 seconds. Hit count increase from 24 to 50. So playstyle change. It's probably for the better, to be honest. In the end, you're probably going to get the same amount of cooldown. You may come up on cooldown a little bit faster in ideal situations, so just keep an eye on that. That's a fun thing to test. I like those type of things. Kind of I assume skill cap is more in play for that to maximize it. Trick Blade increase, so they basically got 22 more lines, basically a 33% increase, 133% increase in hit count. Damage reduced, I'm sure that's fine. So huge amount of lines. Trick Blade, probably like people use it for utility, for mobility and things like that. Might just use it off a cooldown. It's such a short cooldown. Just maximizing the damage, the lines from it might just be more beneficial. Trick Blade is nice. I like that skill. Shadow Assault, 10 more lines. Jeez, okay? 10 more lines, huge. Skill damage decrease, but yeah, lines. Lines is nice. Shadow is capped pretty easily, so yeah. They might have nicer burst. Definitely have nicer burst, I think. So like to see that for Shadow Wars. Kind of a skill cap, maximizing it depending on the player. Kaiser's Bladefall, huge, 6 lines. So that is 30%, 33%, 133% increase. We'll take that just on one skill. Free passive lines. Nova Guardian, one more line, one more line, one more line. Huge. Nova Guardians, we'll take that. That's free clone lines. Giga, skill damage. Blade Burst, not really anything. Infernal Breath, free damage. Continuous damage, 185, 210. Very nice. Kaisers, excited for you guys. Arcs, already insane. Wonderful. Arcs are already insane. I just faced a Arc in Guild Honor battle, and less cap than me, and do the same amount of Guild Honor battle single target. His multi is insane, but Arcs are very strong. Arcs are very strong. I think Damien as well. They did a ton of damage with not that much cap. So, yeah. Arcs are hard to play, though. I give them credit. Combo class. Don't know any of this stuff. More skill percent. Not more lines. That's good because they don't need any more lines. They already have a ton. But I think this just allows them to... They have a lot of small lines, if I understand correctly. So, allows them to just free damage. Very nice. We'll take that as an arc. Kinesis, more lines, skill percent, everything. Skill percent didn't even decrease. More lines, nice. I mean, Kinesis keep getting buffed, rebalanced every single patch, so that's nice. More. Hope there's more representation. You can see what they can do, pump out damage. Excited for Kinesis. Sorry, I don't know too much about it, but they got a lot of skills. These ultimates, I assume, are their main skills. And more skill percent, more hit count. Yeah. Nice. Angelic Buster. Jeez, mighty mascot. 4 more lines. Skill damage increase. Improvements made so the mascot immediately moves to the caster when the skill is cast. Cool. Nice. Soul Seeker makeup. Final damage, 30% effect removed. It sounds junk that they got that removed, but 4 lines, mighty mascot. I think that's pretty strong, but not much there for Angelic Buster. Mages, mana reduction. That's nice. Anything with mana. Blaster. An on-off function was added that can disable the automatic chaining from Magnum Punch to Double Blast. Don't know what that means. Probably... If I were to guess, more bugs. I don't know. It sounds like it's probably just like allows you to be more flexible with your movements, things like that, or makes it easier as well. Chaining skills, we'll see. Skin mannequin. So skin color, I assume. Don't know too much about that. It's nice. I'm sure people will maximize that. Events, event, Goo Island, just events. Sorry, if you guys are into this stuff, that's cool. I kind of just, when it comes, do it, figure it out, and we'll capsule draw rewards. Ooh, those are some nice scrolls, lucky scrolls, cubes, flames. Very nice. Event rewards. Chairs. It's pretty cool. I like that. More events. Yeah, I mean, select rewards. Crit rate increased by 20%. Boss attack increase. Ooh, we'll take that. So basically, use these things before you. Oh, it's like a coupon. So maybe it's. I assume you can't stack it with the current buffs. But yeah, so you probably just want to take the crit rate one or EXP one, probably EXP one. But crit rate's nice for like Like, for example, if I'm, on my alt Wind Archer, trying to just do Commander daily, weeklies, the extra crit rate is nice. I'm going to take that over EXP since I don't care about leveling. Great options. Exalt Fail, 30%. Take that. Damage Skin. We'll see what that looks like. More fashion stuff. Wait, what was this? Yeah, doesn't seem like anything crazy. Lucky Scrolls, I'm all about that. Capes, fashion. More M label pets. The keys. Same old, I assume. Invitation to the Butterfly Garden. Hairstyles. I'm always looking. Mint hair. That looks like I don't know if that's a new one. Memory hair. Wild wolf hair. Huh. Comment below if you like some of these hairs. I think I already have this one. Basic. If you like any of those, it's kind of some repeats. Yeah, I don't see any faces, ones that are different, stick out. Auto battle packages, M label, attendance, other improvements. Let's see. Nightwalker's Vitality Siphon, Downward Celestial Dance, Sia's Marking. Yeah, you can look through this. Nothing crazy, I don't think. Yeah, that's it. Quick patch. Underwhelming. If you're one of those classes that got the rebalance, congrats. Excited to see PRs, new damage. Everyone get excited. Rebalances are nice. Even if you're not classes into it, if someone's getting rebalances, that's always nice. Just kind of sticking them in there to please some of the community. Can't complain. But kind of the last thing I want to talk about is what the Maple Fest showed. First of all, we were not showcased on our Damien clear. I think another NA team was, and the world first clear. Whatever, it's fine. Some people are upset about it. It does suck. Like, wish you were showcased, but what you gonna do? And then they did show that Adele was coming out December 14th, I think, is what they officially said. Adele, and long overdue. We were expecting that an anniversary. So 5 months a little late, but trying to make it, I guess, the end of the year type of thing. Seems like Cygnus Remaster isn't coming. I mean, if it's not gonna, they would have showcased it, right? In Maple Fest, if it was coming out in November, that's a little disappointing. I assume it's gonna come out in January, kind of as a new, bringing in the new year type of thing. Remaster for Explorers was last December though, so, and they were expecting remaster, possibly Cygnus Knights remaster months ago as well. So a little unfortunate, kind of bummed for the Cygnus Knights that were waiting for it for such a long time. What's a few months, I guess. Hopefully another rebalance comes in. This was underwhelming. And if December is just a new class, Adele, pretty underwhelming for the community as well. So hopefully November has something nice to look forward to, especially if December is going to just be a new class. And if not, we'll just talk about it. We'll see what's going on. Can never really trust the teasers until patch notes, right? Like this rebalance teaser came out Monday, or Sunday, and it's just like, you never know. So another patch notes, kind of congrats to all the classes that got rebalanced. I think exciting. Demon Slayer players out there, hype for you guys. That's pretty nice. Always love my Demon Slayer. So thank you again for listening, for watching. All the well wishes. Don't forget to put your comments below. If you have any, subscribe, like, comment. I'll be putting out the Damien guide is coming. Just been sick and kind of unfortunately haven't been able to sit down. So hopefully I can get some done today. But thank you again for watching, listening. I'll see you guys next time.